Hello, future developers. So, welcome to the continuation of our web development training. So, we are going to be doing this, okay, and then this, and then the footer. So that said, that's outside our header, okay, here. So I'm going to type. We are going to create a section. So section, okay, section. Sorry, section. So inside the section, I'm going to use lorem, or let's create a p tag, paragraph tag. So p tag, okay, and then I'll just type lorem 30, okay, 30 to get some text, okay, so lorem 30 to get some dummy text, okay, so you can see we have some dummy text, um but we want to give our section a class, okay, so I'm going to give this a class of let's say um a class, okay, two class equals, and then in the quotation comments you can give it text. So I'm going to use section a, section under or section hyphen a. You can use any name, okay. And then our p, not our p tag, so section class section a. Okay, so now we have the section for this part, okay. Now we want to create a section to hold these containers, okay. So to do that, outside our closing tag of this section, we are going to create another section. So I'm going to type the source a shortcut, so section dots, and then the name of the class I want to give to my section. So let's say I want to call it section C, section hyphen C, okay. So we could have done it by just typing this, but this is a much simpler way. So press enter, then I'm going to create three divs, okay. So the div, you can either do div, let's use an ID for our divs, okay. So div, and then we'll type ID equals, then the quotation comments, I'm going to call my first div, so this first container I'm going to call it, let's say, box A, box in A, or you can use container A, okay. Sorry, we needed to rather, okay, so let's do that again. So I'm going to do div, okay. So pull this out. So inside this div, I'm going to call this div, I'm going to give it an ID of box A. So inside the div, we can create a paragraph. So I'll create a p tag, okay, and I'm going to inside it, I'll type lorem, and then let's give it, let's say 30 text, okay. So lorem is going to give us some number of text. So there's our other section, so the container for this. So all we have to do is we need three containers. So let's see, all I have to do is just copy from, so I have to copy from here to this, okay, because we want to create what, two other containers, okay. So our first container, okay, and since everything is going to be inside our section C container, what you can do, I'll leave some space here and then control V. So I'm going to change it to box, let's say box B, then here control V, and then I'm going to do box C, okay. So let's see what is happening. Okay, so we have 1 2 3. Okay, so in the CSS side is where we are going to style them, okay. So you can see it's not well formatted, so I can right click and then choose format document with, let me use HTML language, okay. So it's formatted the document well for me, okay. Now let's work on the footer. So outside our section, I'm going to create a footer. So our footer is going to be for this, okay, this that we have here. So let's do that. So outside our section, okay, that's our section C. Outside it, I'm going to create a footer tag. So footer. Then let's type create a paragraph p tag, and then inside I'm going to type product of. So product of. Sleepers Empire. Okay. You can see we have it. Okay. Okay. But our product, our footer has the copyright symbol. So what we have to do is the copyright symbol. The code for it is the ampersand sign or the end sign. Okay. And then type copy. Okay, and then put semicolon. Okay. Let's see what happens. So you can see we now have the copyright symbol, and then let's say we want to put some details. So 2002. Okay. Say 2002. Now let's give our header, okay, a class, okay, because we'll be using these classes to style our HTML document. So inside our first, the opening tag of our header, I'm going to type class, okay, and then press enter. Then I'm going to call this main. Okay, you can use any name of your choice, okay. And then our make migrate, okay. Below it we have the paragraph. So inside the paragraph, I'm going to give it an ID. I'm going to call this ID, let's use subtext. Okay, the reason why I'm giving them classes and IDs is just to actually work on them individually. Then I think that should be it for this. Okay, so in the next lesson, we'll learn to style our web page in CSS. Okay, so that said, thank you for joining this session, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Thank you.